Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Fabi and I'm here today to bring you guys on an adventure I went through last Monday when I went to see my babes, Green Day. But before we get started, I want you guys to let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a little bit of a guide as to how I managed to travel for cheap and so excessively when I am a college student on a budget. So I landed in Cologne, Germany last Sunday, the 29th. Super late in the evening. I made it to the hostel right before the reception closed, checked in, went to bed, and slept for like 5 hours because I was so excited I could not sleep. I have not seen Green Day in 7 years. They're one of my favorite bands. You always see them in the background over here. And I was so excited I just couldn't sleep. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wake up at this time, no, I'm gonna wake up earlier, not like my brain was just going 1,000 miles an hour the entire night. I wake up, I have breakfast, I go to the store, I buy some chips and water. Pro tip, if you're gonna be lining up for a concert all day long, bring some chips with you, some water, something that you can eat, and that's not gonna really make you like wanna go to the restroom. So I get on the metro and I head out to the arena. I ended up getting up at the wrong stop because I don't speak German. Google Maps on my phone was telling me one thing, the metro said another thing, and I was like, okay, it's at these many stops, I think I've been in this many, and I'm just gonna wait one more. I ended up getting one stop farther away, so I had to walk like 20 minutes in German winter to the venue. Mind you, this was not that cold. It was about 7 degrees Celsius, so around, I want to say like 40 Fahrenheit. When I say it's not that cold, I mean not that cold for Germany in these days. It was actually a bit of a heat wave they were having, and I was like, praise Jesus, Lord, this is magic. I just kind of went to the arena, walked around until I found a group of people, and I was like, yo, is this where the thing is? And a couple of them were like, I guess. Someone had a tent. I guess they slept over, I don't know. But they had a tent, and it said something in German, Green Day, and I was like, that sounds right. And so I sit down, and like 10 minutes later this dude comes by and he's like speaking in German, telling everyone something and gesturing, and I see people make a beeline for a place that he pointed at, and I was like, okay, I guess we're going over there. That was like the tricky part of the entire situation. I don't speak a word of German. Oh, he said something in German and people ran that way while he was pointing over there. I run that way too. So we're over there at this new area. It looks like the main entrance of the venue, so I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And I'm just kind of waiting around, kind of listening to music, trying to find someone that spoke English, so I could communicate with someone until I hear someone speaking Spanish. And I was like, I can do that. I can do that too. Let me do that. And I was like, hi, where are you from? And they were like, someone else speaks Spanish. And I was like, someone else speaks Spanish. So they were sort of my saving grace at that moment. We were chatting, whatever, and we see that people, like one by one, they're walking like to the other direction that we just came from. And I'm like, what's going on? And then, you know, it was like one person goes, another person goes, two people go, but there was still a group of people staying where we were, so we were like, I don't know. So I kind of like go up to like one of the Germans that was around, and I was like, hey, so what's going on here? Because I don't speak German. I don't know what they said. Are we supposed to like do the thing? And he's like, no, there's just different entrances and they're gonna open both, so we can wait here and they can wait there and blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, that sounds logical. I don't know. I mean, Germans are supposed to be efficient. I'm trusting their Germanness. We just chill out, and at this point it was probably around noon. It had been about an hour since I got there. Then about, I'm gonna say 2 hours later, another guy comes by and he's like speaking in German, and he's like, German, I don't know what he's saying. So I was like, what? And so he told us that there was another line that they were making where we were supposed to be at now, and they were taking us over there, and that it was about 80 people that was over there. So overall we were about 100 or 100 plus people that were there already. And so we go over there, and that was more than 80 people, let me tell you. We were just kind of like, that sounds problematic. So I mean, there's nothing we could do. So we just kind of stand there, and we stood there for like 3 to 4 hours. And like, the good thing about where we were the first time was that it was like a building, and then there was the venue, and we were like by the venue. So we had like a shield from the wind, and like we were not that cold. But then we were moved to this other place where it was like street, and then the venue was right here, and we were like at the mercy of nature. And we were standing for like 4 hours there, so it got hella cold. Like the weather, temperature wise, was not that cold. But mind you, all I had for food was chips and water. And, all I had for breakfast was toast and jam. So I was like, I'm dying. It was so fucking cold. I took this blanket with me to the trip thinking I'll bring it that day. Since my phone said it wasn't going to be that cold, I was just kind of like, I don't need it. So I didn't bring it with me, but that would have been such a good thing to bring with me. Oh my god. So around, I want to say 4:30, no, around like 3:30, we were moved like cattle, group by group, to this, like, there was like, so we were in this line like this, right? Like, okay, the line was like this, and then there was this other thing that like snaked out like Disney. So we were started to move like up, and then there was like literally a place that looked like you put cattle in it. Like it was just like this caged square where they had the entrance set up for us to go in. And we were moved there, and that is where I started using my expertise as a concert goer. Basically, we were standing there and we were told to just wait there till 5, where the doors opened. So I grabbed both the kids I'm with, and I just I wasn't pushing, I wasn't like knocking elbows at anyone, none of that. Just, you see a small space, you get close to someone, you move your shoulder ahead of the next person, and you slowly make your way, a little bit further ahead. I think, okay, so it was like a whole barricade of people, and there was like probably like 10 people across, and I was like 5 people from the front at the end. And when they open the gates between one thing and the other, like people get pushed to the sides, and because the entrance is like this small and then there's a space and it's like the other one or whatever, I managed to go in like third in my line. There were security guards everywhere just telling you, do not run, do not run, do not run. And like, I agree, don't run because you'll kill yourself, but grandma power walk that shit. Like, that they say don't run doesn't mean you can't go fast. If you see, like, if you've ever seen a grandma power walking, like, that's what you do. You just fucking, like, oh, I'm not running, there's an Olympic sport that's called, like, I don't know, walking really quickly. That is what you do. You walk as fast and you take steps as long as your legs will allow. Because that's going to give you the edge to the people that are like trying to run and getting stopped. Because if you don't look like you're running and you don't look like you're beelining, they're not going to stop you. So once I went past the last security guard before the barricade, and there was like this open spot, which is where I wanted to stand, I just fucking went for it. I was like, fuck! And I just held on to that crap and like didn't let go, unlike Jack in the Titanic. It was like where I want it to be. So if you've seen Green Day, their stage, let me grab a couple things because this is a mess I live in. So the stage is like a square, and there's like a little like walkway. So when you have it like this, then you have Billy usually is in the middle. Jason White is on this side, or I don't know if it's gonna mirror, but basically Jason White is on if you're looking at the stage, Jason White is on the left, and then Mike Dirt is on the right, which this is right for me, so I assume it's like this for you. And I was like right in front of where I wanted to be. So his microphone is like more towards the middle, but he tends to stand like a foot over that way, and that's where I was. And had I not had my backpack like off on the floor because I couldn't have it on me, I would have had some bomb ass pictures of that boy, because I was standing at the perfect like place just to take photos and to interact with him. I enjoyed that so much. I was like at where I needed to be. So at 7, my boys, my babes, the Interrupters came up. I think I've mentioned them before. They're a ska punk band, and they are so fucking good. So good. Listen, I've heard people complain that their songs are too repetitive. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what people say. They are so fun to listen to. Oh my god. They are so fun to listen to, and they are probably the band I enjoy the most when I'm like at a concert. Like, I've seen them 3 times, and every time I've just gone so hyped. They get me so hyped for them. Like, have you ever seen a dude bro at an EDM concert, and you know how they get all like, yeah, like really broy, like, ugh. That's me when I see the Interrupters. I'm like, yeah, they're so good. And Amy is like queen of life, and let me show you what I got. About that, camera ran out of battery, so I had to go plug it in. So here's the thing. I caught this towards the end of the Interrupter set. It's the pic of the bassist. I believe Justin is his name, I want to say. I'm not like 100% sure. But yeah, I caught it like right towards the end, and I have a set list and I think a drumstick at home, and I just like adding to the collection. So they played for about, I want to say, half an hour, and I think I was jumping so much all the time that I just kind of like felt it was like a 3-hour thing. And then Green Day came on about 45 minutes later, and it was so much fun. Oh my god. I cannot describe how fun that show was. Honestly, it just blew my mind. I am so thankful for that band. I am so thankful. I love them so much. I think that they are one of the best bands out there to see live. I think that Billie Joe is one of the best frontmans in history. I realized this show more than ever how much the other members do. So not only Mike and Trey, but also both Jason's, Jeff, and both Jason's and Jeff. Every time I like would look away from either Mike or Billy or Trey, they would be doing something silly and also kind of entertaining. So it was like, no matter what you did, you were entertained watching that stage, and it just felt like you were part of the show. And that's just something that Billie Joe has sort of made his staple throughout his career, where involving the audience in the show is part of the whole spectacle. I cried. I'll be honest, I cried, but here's why. So, as you know, the world is like falling apart. Everything is like absolutely crazy, insane. And so when, you know, you get 2.5 hours, 3 hours to disconnect from the world at large, you absolutely forget the shit that you're about to go into once you plug back into the world. So towards the end of Time of Your Life, I was just kind of like my brain just plugged itself back into the world, and it was like this rush of, oh fuck, right, that is what I'm up against. I don't know, it was like a plug back into reality that just hit me like a brick, and I was just kind of like, I don't wanna. But alas, all good things come to an end, and I am still attempting to get tickets to see them in August in Miami. By that time I'll be back home, so I'm hoping that I will find tickets at StubHub that go cheap enough that I can afford them. I keep forgetting about this. I get like all emotional talking about. Look at this. Look at this. That is Mike Dern's pick. Like, how beautiful is this? I got this like towards the end of the show. Actually, I didn't catch it. It was like an ordeal. So he threw it at the audience. It like fell to the floor, and I was like with my phone, like I was like lighting the floor, being to the security guard, like it's there, and he was just like, and I'm like, no, like right there, dude, like oh my god, it took so long. It wasn't until like the lights came on very brightly that I was like, there, the thing that says Green Day on the floor. Oh my god. So got it, finally. Listen, when I saw them last time, I almost caught it. It bounced off my hand, and that was so disappointing. Got my 2 little babes from this show, and it was really fun and exciting. I bought a t-shirt that is somewhere on my dirty clothing pile, because I did wear it that week, that says no homophobia, no racism, no sexism in the back, and I'm so excited to be wearing that shirt. I love it. It's so cool. I love Green Day. I am so happy that I went and got to see them again. It's honestly just so much fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite band to see live is in the comments below, and how do you survive going to concerts in the winter, because I live in Florida for the past 8 years, which means that I was not old enough before to go to a concert, or if I went with my parents at their mercy. So being able to go to concerts on my own has been a thing that happened in Florida, where it's warm year round and you don't have to deal with 7-degree rainy weather in Germany. So if you have any tips, leave them in the comments below. Maybe next time. Also, I'm gonna leave the set list for the show. If you guys are in the U.S., you can look at the set list, and I think they're going there next. Same with Australia. So just look in the comments below and check and see what you like and what songs are you looking forward to, and let me know. And that will leave all the links for the interrupters as well. So yes. See you guys next time. From Cologne, my day 2 over there. That is actually a proper vlog, and I am so excited for you guys to see it. The rest of Berlin was so much fun. Anyway, I'm going now. Share this video for people that like going to concerts or have never been to one and need to learn how to do the thing. And yeah, bye!